Howdy folks, it's All Journal here, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today we're going to continue the 3 Guianas bush trip. Legs 1 and 2 were in the first video. Very awkward, long video with a lot of problems. Both in my flying, because I wasn't paying attention, and in the software. A lot of software issues. Hopefully, this video, containing legs 3, 4, and 5, will be perfectly smooth and no issues, and it'll be like our regular bush trip videos. I'm hoping. Here we go. Alright, let's not make the video on the ground and talking and everything longer than the actual legs. We came in from there, by the way. Looking around, we're kind of in the little basin again. Storms up ahead. Real world weather is still turned on. I'm hoping to do the entire bush trip with real live weather. So in the first video, we cannot start this plane no matter what we did. I've started this plane in free flight dozens of times, if not 100 times. Could not do it in the bush trip. So we're just going to do Control E, even though that wasn't working every time either. So let's turn on our fuel and everything. Let's do Control E. I see everything flipping around. It's doing its thing. Let's see if it actually starts. Because last time it wouldn't start with Control E either. I had to just like move things back and forth and it finally started up. Do I hear it if I crank up my volume? Maybe it's starting. I don't know. We'll let it be a minute while we read about it. Should be doing something by now though. Hang on, let's try again. Let's do things like this. I bring those back, Control E, and then it does weird stuff, and then I go like this. And I hear a thud. And it's going to start now. So I have to have my yoke controls all the way back for it to start on its own. Weird. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. But we'll just let it be. We're just going to walk away. Anyway, here we go. Let's read about what we're doing. I think what we'll do for this one, actually these are pretty close together. I think we're just going to read about it and fly it. Sometimes I'll read a thing, fly, read a thing, fly, read a thing, but this is going to happen so fast. Except the first gap. Okay, let's read this, get in the air, then we'll read about the rest of this once we're in the air. Okay, take off from the airport and fly to the north, passing over the city and the convergence of rivers. Follow the eastern bank of the East Cristobito River and gain a visual on the series of long, narrow islands. The largest of these is Hog Island at over 20 square miles. Gain a visual on Fort Island, located to the east, and Hog Island. Pass over Fort Zeelandia, located on Fort Island's northern end. The fort was originally constructed in the early 1700s as part of the Essequibo County Colony, a Dutch outpost. I can't speak today. So we'll fly to the fort. Then we get there, we'll read about the rest of this because it'll happen fast. Okay, let's not spend more time on the ground than the bush trip itself. Let's get this over to GPS. We will use GPS again. So we need to put in the next waypoint, which is user what? User 3. So we'll go into the flight plan and we will hit that button and go down to user 3 and go direct there and move down here and activate yes and put away the flight plan. And there you go. GPS is not working again. That's how you solve that problem. And I think we're headed to Charlie right there. So I'm going to go up around the corner and we get to the ocean. Okie dokie, here we go. Let's fly, get in the air, one set of flaps down. Favorite taxi view out here. And let's turn around, I think. Actually, let's just go this way. I don't know which way the wind is going. I'm not terribly worried about it at the moment, though. Windsock says to probably take off from the other way. Well, whatever. Okay, fine, let's do that. We could cause some problems for ourselves. Things have already been going kind of crazy. So we'll do a little bit of back taxi here, because I think that's a road to the right, not a taxiway. Maybe it's a bike trail, not sure. And we'll get in the air, we'll fly towards the fort. When we get to the fort, read about the rest of it, and that would be the one leg, and then we'll have 2 more in the same video. Hopefully it's not terribly long. I know that first video was so long and awkward and terrible. Thank you for coming back and watching this one too. But that was super strange. This is still strange. I still can't start the plane on my own. I still need to Control E, which is weird, but I'll get over it, and we'll just continue here. And there goes the road into the woods. I love roads that go into woods all over northern Minnesota. Alrighty, here we go. We are going to use differential braking to make a U-turn here, and differential brake and rudder to help. Come on, don't slow down too much. Make it. You can make it. You can make it. Oh, you can do it. Oh, so close. So close. Come on. Oh, there we go. Good. Alright, let's hop inside. Whoop, the truck just spawned in. And here we go. As it's spooling up, let's get Autopilot set to 2700 because that's a nice altitude to fly at, I think. Vertical speed will be ready, and away we go. And I have something in my eye, which is the worst time for this to happen. Ouch. Anyway, whatever. Anywho, do we have enough runway? We do. There we go. Pop up. Nice. Brakes to stop the wheels. Gear is fixed. And nose down a little bit. Flaps coming up. And I guess we can engage autopilot right away. Let's make sure we get some positive rate though. Autopilot nav, vertical speed, let's do 1300 feet per minute. And it'll nose down a little bit before it goes back up to 1300. That's just how it is. Enjoy the view since we are flying hands-free. And look at that river over there. Wow, the confluence, they call it. And it's raining. So beautiful. I love looking at rainstorms from a distance, and then they come get you, and then you get all wet. It's fun. Anywho, they're the islands. I'm going to keep an eye on our speed and everything. We'll climb to 2,700 feet. Maybe a little less because these clouds might get in the way. Let's not go 2,700 because of the clouds. We're at 13 now. Let's do 1,800. A little lower than I like to fly, but because of the clouds, even 1,800 might be too much. We'll keep it at 18 and see. We might have to come down a little bit. Alrighty, 10 minutes for me. That'll come down once we level off. I just need to keep an eye on speed because overspeeding this thing is so easy. Because if you keep the throttle steady in the same spot, it'll go between like 150 and 180. Back and forth on its own. It's really weird. I'm not exactly sure why it does that, but it does. Alright, let's try to get this stuff out of the red here. And I will see you. Whoops, see, look at that, our speed climbing. Don't want to overspeed. Yep, I'll see you in a minute. I'm just going to keep an eye on my speed here and get some sightseeing set up. Alright, 2.5 minutes until we get to the Long Islands, which are right there in front of us. Let's look outside these windows as well. Give that side of the river some love. A lot of isolated rainstorms. Not sure what this is. That's there in real life, though. It just renders really awful here. What the heck is that? That's terrible. Anyway, whatever. Okay, keep an eye on our speed here while I read about the next thing. Let's see. It's going to be from the fort, which we have to look for the fort, by the way. I forgot about that part. Let's zoom in so we have a pretty good idea of exactly where it is. That way we won't miss it. It's the end of this island. Which one? This one. End of that island is the fort. Okay. From the fort, continue following the eastern bank into the heart of its estuarine delta, past the villages of Sparta, Bartica, and Farm, and then reached the town of Metnizog. The town dates to the 1870s and was founded to serve a large sugar plantation in the area. So there's a fort there, and then right over here is the town. You can see it already, right there. So then we'll look for that. A few minutes after that, we'll follow the Atlantic coastline to the southeast to the mouth of the river, which has its origins deep in the interior highlands, passed over the town of Peace and Hope on the west bank of the river's mouth. And the town dates to the late 1700s and was named after a local plantation. Peace and Hope lies across the mouth of the river from Georgetown, the capital city. So there's a fort that's down there, then another town, and then right after that there's a bridge, which means it's in town. We'll look for the bridge. You can read about it if you want to. Pontoon bridge, which means it's floating on the water, eh? And then the stadium. We'll look for a stadium. You can read about that stadium if you want to. I don't want to get my voice tired, so hosted the Cricket World Cup. And then another building to look at. Capital Finance and Trade Center. Okie dokie. And then the airport, which is just over the city center. There you go. So let's hide that. Let's hop outside quickly. See if we can see this fort that we're looking for. And we're going to look for a city, then another city with a bridge and a stadium. Ouch. And finance center. And there's the fort right there. I think. Looks like it to me. Yes, it is. And then some other stuff around it. Alrighty, there you go. So I've already read about the rest of the trip. So enjoy the cities and the sights, and I'll see you when it's time to land this thing. And it happened again, like another video. I was doing just fine, and my speed was way below red line, and then I got this insane gust as soon as we hit the clouds, and boom, oversped. I didn't have a chance to bring the throttle down in time. It's really wild with these gusts in this weather, how the speed tape just flies around. And actually, wait, we gotta reset now, don't we? Hang on, I'll talk. Okay, so here we go. Ready? You know, why does it always say we're overspeeding when it starts out like that? Autopilot, we got to reset it. I don't even know what we're at, 1800 or something, so we're way higher than I want to be. Turn off autopilot right now, head down to what I want, and I also know I'm going way slower than they want, right? Because it's supposed to be a 3-minute section. It was taking me 4.5 minutes, so we're going slower than they want us to in the first place. All right, so there we go. Now vertical speed, whoops, 300 feet per minute up. So yeah, so we're going a lot slower than they want us to, because my timing is taking, oh my gosh, almost half again as much. And we were right here, by the way, when oversped. So I don't know, it's just bothering me. I don't want to sit and stare at this view the entire time and keep an eye on my speed. I want to look around, but every time I look around and get a sightseeing shot for you, I overspeed. So it's kind of annoying. But we get to enter the storm again, which is really, it was actually really kind of cool to enter that storm. But so yeah, so like I'll keep my speed like here, right, like a 150 or so, and just, you know, make sure it's not increasing or decreasing. Then all of a sudden it'll just gust into the red, and then I overspeed. But if I keep it like this, I mean, it just adds so much time. See, look at that gust. See that? Makes it increase a lot. So I don't know. It just adds so much time to go so slowly. But if that's what I got to do, that's what I got to do. So I already shown you sightseeing of all of this. So I'll come back with sightseeing when we get to the town, and I'll still try to be quiet until we land. But look at, see, it's climbing. I've had throttle back this whole time, and it's still climbing. It's still going up there on its own. It's finally coming down a little bit. I really don't want to have to sit here like this the whole time, but whatever I got to do, and I'll see you, well, if we get to the airport, that's when I'll see you when it's time to land. Alright, we almost oversped again, but I caught it in time this time. We are going to actually change from the GPS, and we're going to use Honeybug, because I'm not going to dip all the way down in here. Over here just adds time and drama and stuff, so we'll let it go a little bit to the right to see those things. Let's switch over to Honeybug. There we go. So there's the bridge in front of us. We'll look at it, then we'll look at the stadium and stuff best as we can. Then we'll head over to the airport. And speed is dropping way down now. Man, oh man. So there's the bridge. We can zoom in like this if you really want to look at it. Hasn't rendered in yet. If it's even going to be one. Who knows? I'm kind of suspicious about it anyway. Maybe that's the bridge. That's why. Because there's the bridge. Yes. Bridge, stadium, and everything. Okay, cool. Anyway, there's the town. Let's look outside for a minute. It looks perfectly wonderful. Modeled very well. Looks quite realistic. Wow. That's great, because some of the towns modeled in the Amazon bush trip were kind of weird. Gave me like FSX vibes, even Century of Flight vibes. But there we go. Alright, cool. Keep an eye on that speed though. Why is it yellow? It's not yellow, it's just my eyes. There's your bridge. Floats under it. Someone driving on the water. Very cool. Where are the stadiums and things? I don't know. There they are. There we go. So we're not going directly over it. Sorry. I know I'm supposed to look for a finance center. Actually, we'll be running into that because we're going to be turning right now. Back in this direction. Towards the airport. Based on the wind, we should... No, we'll be... Well, I don't know. We'll see how the wind is. It makes me think we'll do... Yeah, now it's... Okay. If it doesn't change, we'll do a straight-in landing from here. But that could easily change. So we'll have to see how it goes. Oh, there's your airport right there. Autopilot off. And, look for the finance place, which is over here somewhere, which I'm not terribly worried about. And... Let's see... Throttle's all the way back. And the wind is in our favor. Wow. With live weather, it's so nice when it's in our favor. Okay, let's pay attention, though. Good grief. Alright, looking around. Then we'll complete this leg in a moment. And stay tuned, because the next leg will also be in this video. So... Oh my gosh. Look what happens. I was all lined up for a great approach, and look what happened. First set of flaps down. Throttles are still all the way back. They'll probably be back until we land. And then we'll get second set of flaps out in a moment here. Oh wow, that wind. How strong is that wind? 12 knots? Yeah, I feel it. 15. Yeah, I definitely feel it. Oofda. Okay. Let's come on down here. Probably going to be a shaky landing like your other one was. If you saw that other video. We had a pretty difficult landing. Is that supposed to be water, or is it supposed to be a road? Because I see both. And cars are driving over it. That's interesting. Alright, Turtle, stop looking around, because it's not going to go very well if we keep looking around here. Let's get comfortable in our chairs. And let's keep this speed if we can. We do stall before the red tape in this airplane, so you gotta be a little faster than it looks. And let's get on the glide slope. I'm just worried about clipping trees. There is a tree right in front of the nose there. Stall. What? No. If I point down for speed, we're going to hit stuff. Ooh, we're still stalling. Okay. And the wind has changed. See it from the left a little bit, and then now we have a crosswind. But do you see this tree right in front of the nose, that tall one? I don't want to hit that tree. I know we're higher than it looks, but I don't want to hit it. So let's go right between them here while we come down. There we go. Now throttle's back again. Let's get back on the glide slope at the last second. Then we'll level off. That'll bleed off some speed because we did gain quite a bit of speed. There we go. Plenty of runway. So let's just float above it until we land. Left wing down, right rudder. Because of the crosswind. Oh my goodness. Just land any day now. Thank you. Ugh. I bounced this for the first time in my life. Wow. 2 terrible landings, but that's okay. This wind is pretty ridiculous. Alrighty, parking brake. Let's turn everything off, and let's get credit for the flight. I think I just have to turn this and this off. That's it. Yep. Alright, we'll get credit for this one. I think. What are we waiting for? Are we waiting for props? Maybe we're waiting for props. Nope, something else isn't right. Battery off. Starter off. Fuel boost off. Why didn't this work? Okay. Starter on, whatever. I'm confused. There are some weird glitches in this. Anyway, 2 rough landings, but they're still okay. The weather is just horrendous right now, but we're going to keep live weather on, and let's move to the next leg right now. Alright, it looks beautiful and everything. Well, let's do a Control E and get this thing started if we can. Control E. Don't need to do some weird stuff again, or is it going to start for me this time on its own? And Control E wasn't good enough. Let's bring my stuff back. And let's see if we hear thud. And it's going to start. No thud this time, though. But now it's starting. Fantastic. Okay, you do your thing while I read about what's happening next. So we're headed to Sierra Yankee November Alpha. 15 minutes away or so, so it should be pretty quick. Let's read about this, get in the air. So let's see. Oh, GPS captured it too. Look at that. Nice. Very good. Okay, cool. Alrighty, after takeoff, head to the east and track the Atlantic coastline, remaining inland from the shore, past several small villages, including Buxton Paradise and Nabocalus. Pass over the village of Mahaika, located along the river, just head inland of its juncture with the Atlantic. So we're going to head to a town that has a river going to it. When we get there, we'll read about the rest of it. So let's get in there first. Autopilot. We'll stay at 1,800 feet per minute. I like that. Oh, we can't even take off yet because we have to wait for this to work out. There we go. Okie dokie. Flaps are already down, I guess. Where are we headed out here? We're going to... Oh, just take off from right there. Windsock says... Oh, no, it's really strong. We gotta go that way. Alright, let's turn to the right then and taxi down and do a midfield takeoff over there. Alright, let's use our favorite taxi view, turn off parking brake, and let's get going. Maybe. Yes? Is parking brake stuck on? Come on. Why are we going backwards? Reversers are still engaged? What? Okay. Reversers were engaged. That's hilarious. Anywho, good grief. Do you hear that wind? Insane weather, but we're going to keep it live as long as possible. Sometimes it does get too treacherous and we do have to turn it off and just use calm weather, but I will like to use live weather if possible. Do you think that's enough runway if you take off from here? Probably not. Probably not. So I'm going to give you a quick view of the airport here. Palm trees. Because people want to look at airports more often. There we go. Storms behind us. We're heading away from those storms. Anyway. Alright, I'm going to back taxi all the way to the end of this runway around the corner. And I'll see you there. And we'll take off in a moment. Alrighty, let's turn around here. And then we will depart. Yeah, boy. The wind will let me turn around. Come on, wind. You can do it. Come on, wind. Oh my gosh, let me turn. Oh man. This is going to be an interesting takeoff. Come on. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Holy googly moogly. Let's go somewhere in the middle of the runway. Just to show that we are capable of finding the center line sometimes. It's rare for us, but sometimes we are in the center. Oh, we already passed rotate. We did not need all that runway. Okay. Brakes stop the wheels, gears fixed, flaps coming up, and let's turn and get out of here ourselves, and then we'll gauge autopilot in just a moment. Nice steep turn. Actually, it's not steep, is it? Looks kind of weird when we're close to the ground, but the autogen does its job. I think that's supposed to be a road. Anywho, there's the town we're leaving. That looks pretty cool right there. Alrighty, here we go. Engage autopilot. Now vertical speed. Let's do 900 feet per minute. We don't have to go very high. I'm not using ATC in this. We could, but it would be a bunch of untowered airports anyway. And look at these rainstorms, isolated storms. Alrighty, we already read about where we're going, so I will see you when we get there, and we'll read about the next thing. And there's the river inlet in our town right there in front of us. We'll pop outside in a moment to have a look at it. But let's look at these storms too that just rolled in on us. Very lovely. We're right below the cloud layer, which is very wonderful for VFR, and just to cruise around is really cool. Keep an eye on that speed. Look at our speed's crawling. See, look, and bring back throttles, and it's still climbing. That's crazy. Look at that. I got throttles back. Look. Can you hear it? Look at that. My throttles are all the way back. Look. That's the problem with this plane. See, look at... My throttles are all the way back. And it's still just hanging out. There's definitely a weird problem with this plane. Oh my word. Anyway. Wow, see, that's why I was overspeeding earlier. In the other, both videos so far I've been overspeeding because it's not responding to me. You all saw it, you all heard it, right? And I showed you, and you heard my yoke make noise. You saw it in the cluster down there, and then you saw how long you could hear it, but you saw it was just hanging out. Super weird. Okay, let's see what's happening next here. There's our town, and there's the river, by the way. Alrighty, what's happening next? Well, keep it. Oh, see, look, speed's climbing. I haven't even done anything. I haven't done anything, and the speed is climbing. Yes, we have 20 knot winds from the side, but oh my gosh. Okay, this is why things are happening here. Okay, look, it's still climbing up on us. Okay, I've got throttles back again. There we go. Now it's okay. I mean, a side wind and then eventually a tailwind should make your indicated airspeed less than a headwind, but it's not. Okie dokie. Jeez, are we going to be able to get going here and read? Anyway, we're following this really cool road with buildings all along it, which is really neat. Continue flying along the coastline. Yes, that's what we're doing. Remaining just inland, the Atlantic coast of Guyana is home to 90% of the country's inhabitants. The coastal population is spread throughout numerous towns, villages, and a small number of cities. Pass over Fort Wellington, a coastal town known for its plantation history. And that's right up, whoops, that's right up here, about 10 minutes away. See, I'm going so much slower than they want, because that's so much slower than that. But if I go faster, then it goes too fast. So we'll just take our time and be patient. I don't want to keep talking because my voice is already tired, so let's read about the next thing. We're going to continue on the coastline still. Fly over the western margin of the mouth of the Berbice River, named after the Dutch colony Berbice. It's one of the longest rivers at over 350 miles. Fly over the bridge, a pontoon bridge that spans the river. So ship traffic probably can't make it through. Then, shortly after that, we're going to go to New Amsterdam. Became a seat of the colonial government. It was seized by the British. Today is a regional center of trade and finance, supporting the area's agriculture-based economy. I keep wanting to say architecture. So we got some bridges and some towns, basically, and then an airport. So I'm just going to manage this aircraft, which is more of a struggle than it looks, and give you some sightseeing as I'm able to, and then we'll land this thing. And you'll stay tuned because we'll do yet another leg in this video. So hopefully the videos aren't too long, or this video isn't too long once it's edited down. But I'm getting as much sightseeing as I can. It's just keeping an eye on this airplane. Speed is a big bummer. Anyway, enjoy. See you in a little bit. Alright, things are going to happen quickly here. We have a bridge and a city and an airport to land at, and depending on the wind, we might have to come around from the other side because I cannot make a 14 knot wind work. So let's stop outside for this and have a peek at what's going on, and check out this bridge on pontoons in that city before we head off to the next little city. And then the airport is right over there somewhere. Can't quite make it out from here, but it's over there somewhere. That is supposed to be. Anyway, there's our bridge, and let's hop inside while the cars drive under the bridge, and keep an eye on that speed. And I'm going to start looking for the airport here. Should be like right there, because we've got the city and then another city is just outside of the city. So I'm thinking that's it right there. So that'll be good. We know where it is. Alright, so let's check out the city briefly. Another river coming in. And there we go. Alright, it's going to take us to the town and then the airport. So let's see here. Let's kill autopilot. And let's go towards the airport here. And I don't know. The wind might actually be okay once we make our turn. I'm going to have to figure this out here as we get more in line with the airport. It might actually be okay. It might actually be a headwind. Now that we made 2 small turns since my comment. So it might actually be okay. Alrighty, cool. We're still at 800 feet. That's fine. Let's bring back throttles. So we descend a little bit. At least I think that's our airport. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's just a nice straight field. I'm pretty sure it's airport. Whoops, wrong button. Nope, not you, you. No, I don't know. That's not a report. I'm looking at this thing right there. Maybe that's not a report. Oh boy. Well, let's see. Let's hop that way anyway now. And I way overshot it because I was too busy looking around. Oh, maybe that's it right there. That could be it. If that's it, then the wind is definitely in our favor. So that's good. No, it says we're way past it. Where is this airport? Holy moly. Is that it? I haven't struggled. Is that it? Is that it? First set of flaps. I haven't struggled like this in a very long time. What is going on? This has definitely been the strangest bush trip I've had in a very long time here. Everything from the airplane not starting to overspeed with the gusts to everything else. Is this it here? That must be it there. Okay. Well, we're going to have to give ourselves more space, and we do want to land from this side because of the wind. So let's go like this. Let's do full flap. And heading bug is pretty much running orientation, so that's fine. Wow, what a mess. That's okay though. Not every bush trip can be flawless and by the book. They have been getting to the point where they've just been flying them and nothing to worry about. So the fact there are some weird things is okay, but it's weird things that shouldn't be happening. Like airplane not starting, speed going wherever it wants to, even when it brings back throttles. And now this with not finding the airport. That has to be it. What else would that be? I mean, it's possible it's not, but what else would it be? Alright, your speed is okay. Let's come on down now in altitude and land, but make sure you stay tuned because we will do one more leg in this video. When these are edited down, they shouldn't be that long. They should still be consumable videos. It would just be silly to do 10 videos of 15-minute legs because it would be like a 4-minute video once it's edited down. So, anywho, here we go. Well, speed picked up. Yeah, controlling the speed in this thing is kind of strange. There's such a delay, like a very, very long delay that I'm not used to, so I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe the airplane was updated and I missed it in a change log somewhere. Let's not hit that tree with our wing because it will count as a crash. And I think we're clear anyway. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Bleed off that speed. And get ready on the reversers. We're going to need them for this one because we're going kind of fast and long. There we go. And oh, centered too. Reversers engaged on the brakes. Flaps coming up. Oh, the very, very nice landing. Alrighty, reversers disengaged. Parking brake set. Let's come up here and turn everything off so that it counts. I'm still not exactly sure what is supposed to be turning off to count. Because it seems to be different every time. So we'll see. We'll see if that counts. If it doesn't, I'll keep messing with switches. Does it count once the props stop? No. Yes, it did that time. Okay, final leg for the video. Here we go. Okay, I'm not sure why my prop is spinning. I didn't start anything. I didn't do anything. It's just my prop is spinning all on its own. Okay, so let's do a Control E here and move my stuff up and see if it actually starts. That was weird. I mean, I know if it's really windy, the prop will spin, but not like that. So that's another weird thing that's happening. Is it starting? Doesn't sound like it's starting. Kind of does. No. It's not really starting. Man, let's try this again. Control E. And let's move my stuff up after I do Control E. There we go. There's the thunk. I don't know, man. Don't know what to tell you. Something is buggy with this, but at least we can fly it. That's all I have to say. At least we can fly. So where are we headed now? We're headed to November Indigo, 16-minute leg. Let's try to do this in a reasonable amount of time. Let's get first set of flaps down. And let's read while everything starts up here. Lift off from New Amsterdam and set a course to the northeast, heading to the coastline, pass over Belvedere, one of the several small villages along the strip. Alrighty, that'll be right away. And then, after that, we'll track the coastline till we reach the western bank of the Corentin River Delta. Longest river in Suriname and forms the border between Guinea and Suriname, or Sami, whatever. Suriname, not sure. The river originates in the mountains, and you can keep reading if you want to. I'm losing my voice already. I think for this one, we're just going to fly it, and I'm going to read everything right now, just so I can rest my voice, and so you don't have to listen to me for a while. Then we're going to find the creek, or the creek. Follow the western bank until you find the creek. The town is home to a ferry that connects the countries. So there you go, we'll look for a ferry. So we've got a town which is right away, and then we've got another town, and then we got a creek with a ferry dock. And then we're going to turn to the northeast and fly over the river and enter the country Suriname, fly over a small low island, Vassen Island, then reach that island. Papagayen Island is uninhabited nature reserve. So we have nature reserve and then the airport. You can read about that if you want to. So some towns, ferry, nature reserve, and then the airport. Okie dokie, do we have to put the next thing in here? User 13, I guess we do. Okay, let's go to flight plan. Now let's go to user 13. Which is there, whoops, and go direct. And activate it. Put the flight plan away, there we go. And Y is, okay, whatever. I guess that's the direction we're facing. Okay. Assuming the wind is still crazy, we will go to the left and take off from the left, and then we'll just follow along here until we get to airport. So here's another one where we could just cut across, or we can come down and check out the dock and the creek and the nature reserves preserve. So we'll come down here without a pilot, then we'll kind of just make a light U here just to save a little bit of time. We'll still be able to see everything. And then we'll land based on the wind. So very straightforward, I think. This is, whoa, that's loud. This has been the most awkward bush trip we've had. Okay, so we got to make a U-turn and take off from there. So I think we can make a U-turn without registering as a crash. I sure hope so. Let's find out. Let's hit the heading bug. Parking brake off. And there we go. We do need a back taxi, not using ATC. And we need to definitely get some differential braking going here. Thank you. And then, look at that windsock. Whew. And then we're using world live weather still, which is fantastic. I love that we can do that. And then we just need to worry about our speed. So we're going to get in the air. Engage autopilot, look around. Manage my speed, because that's been the big thing getting me. I love the fuel station. And then we'll land. That'll conclude this video, right? Yeah, this is the final leg for this video. We still have several legs left. So you want to stick around for that. Differential braking again, please. Come on. Come on. There we go. A little bit more. Come on. There we go. And we should spool it up, or now we're just going to come out of the turnaround here and go for it. And hopefully there's enough runway there. Yeah, there's plenty of runway. Plenty of runway. And rotate with a third of the runway left, half the runway left. Brakes to stop the wheels, gears fixed, flaps coming up. And let's just do it right now. Autopilot, vertical speed 400 feet per minute. Let's do 600, 700 feet per minute, whatever. And why did it not grab heading? Because I wasn't within the right direction. Oh yeah, it is. It's just hunting for that line. I see what's going on. Fine, whatever. Whatever. Re-engage. Okay. 14, 13, 800 on vertical speed. Whoa, see? That's the thing. That's the crazy thing about autopilot. Alrighty, so that is it. We are going to fly around. We're going to look for a town. Then we're going to look for another town. Then a dock. Then a nature preserve. And then we're going to land. All that without my voice, unless something wild happens. So I will see you when it's time to land. Alright, here we are. We're going to check out the town and the dock and the island, which is right in front of us. We're going to do a little zigzag here. And then we're going to head to the airport, which is over there somewhere. Hopefully this one we can find. Unlike that last one. I don't know what my problem was, but it was bizarre to say the least. I decided this is a further distance than I thought, so we are going to stay on this track. We're not going to cut across like I originally said. So a little bit more sightseeing to complete the journey, and then I'll land with you at this airport. Alright, we're still completing our turn, but the airport is along the water up here somewhere. And the wind says we should land from this direction. So maybe we will. So let's get heading bug set up so we can actually go out. Whoops. Heading bug is this one on my multi-panel. Heading bug on autopilot. Just to bring us out over the wall a little bit more. So we can approach from over here instead of over there. We want to approach from over here. And simple as that. Okie dokie. I did come up in altitude quite a bit because there aren't any clouds. Let's go back down to 1,500 feet using autopilot because why not? 900 feet per minute. Bring back throttles because also need to start slowing down a little bit. And most importantly, start looking for this airport. I don't know, man. We should be looking down the barrel pretty soon here. What are we looking for exactly? Right along the water, paved. Not sure if this is really there in real life, like a sandbar on an island. I don't know about that. It's possible, I guess. Airport, where are you? Not quite sure. This will be interesting. Well, according to the GPS, we're flying right at it. As I adjust my heading bug here for a set of flaps by the way, a little bit more throttle. More heading, more heading. Flying right at it. After that square water. So right here, there it is. Autopilot off. Let's come back over here. And whoop, back up a little bit so we can keep an eye on our speed. Full flap now. And there we go. Alright, we'll let this thing descend a little bit here as we look across the Atlantic Ocean. And then back. Interesting rivers. Alrighty, so this is going to conclude this video, right? Lakes 4, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, this is Lake 5. So this will conclude this video. Make sure you're subscribed, notifications turned on, so you know when the next video drops where we'll do Lakes 6, 7, and 8. Then after that, 9 and 10 will be its final video. So quite a ways left, only halfway done with the bush trip. It's okay. I was enjoying it very, very, very much in the beginning with the mountains and things. This is kind of, I don't know, we've done this before where we go over towns and architecture and rivers along a coastline. We've done it many times before. So I'm like, yeah, I'm meh about it. Do people still say meh? I don't know. I'm not that excited about this, but we will finish it, obviously. So it's not one of my favorites. Started out that way. And then the bugs with the aircraft. The fact that we can't start the aircraft on our own using my checklist, which had been successful for a long time. Not sure about that. Even using the in-sim checklist. Still won't start on its own. That's kind of bugging me. And then the speed thing is weird, where it'll just keep speeding up even with throttles back. I know some of that was the gust with the winds. But it must have been, I mean, it's not that much wind or less windy, and we're having no problem now, so I don't know. Anywho, we are not having a good approach here at all. That's okay. But we'll finish this up. Whoa, okay, now it's gusty. What is it, 14 knot wind or something from 15 from the left. So left wing down, right rudder compensate at the last minute here. And then we'll conclude this leg as well as this video. And we're going to hit stall soon because stall seems to be above the red tape. Oh boy. It's windy. It's windy. That's okay. That's okay. Oh boy. Yep, let's land safely and gently. Come on. And yep. Boom. Reversers engaged. On the brakes. Flaps coming up. Look at that windsock. Reversers disengaged. Shut everything down, get credit for the flight, even though I'm still not exactly sure what it is. That's giving us credit, because I've been doing different things, and just does different things to give us credit, whatever. We'll just sit here a minute, see what happens. And there we go, okie dokie. Super awkward few videos here, and there will be more, so make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.